Hi there, welcome to my video. Here I'm going to be talking about JavaScript, what it is, a bit about its history, and about the variable types used and how it interacts with HTML document and the CSS style sheet. So let's get started. JavaScript is a programming language. It was originally designed to interact with elements of the web page. It is dynamically typed and compiled just in time. Just in time means it is changed when the program runs from readable text to something that can run in your web browser. Nowadays, JavaScript is not just used in the web browser, it can be used on the server, in native desktop apps and mobile apps as well. JavaScript conforms to the EcmaScript specification. What is EcmaScript, I hear you ask? EcmaScript comes from an organization called ECMA International. This is the ECMA International website at ecmainternational.org. ECMA International is an organization that creates standards and technologies. EM 262 is a standard published by the ECMA International. It contains the specification for a general purpose scripting language. There are a number of editions of ECMA 262. I won't go through the whole history. Here is the Wikipedia site showing the versions. In 2009, EcmaScript 5 was released. Then in 2015, EcmaScript 6 was released. Then in 2016, EcmaScript 7 was released. Since then, there has been an addition to the specification each year. The important takeaway is that different JavaScript specifications exist and it's still being developed. It is a good idea to make sure you have an up-to-date web browser to take advantage of modern JavaScript. If you wish to find out if a feature can be used in your browser, then you can go to a site called caniuse.com, and then you can put your feature in here that you're searching for. Let's click on one of these most searched features, Flexbox. The green ones are the versions it works in. So something like Opera 10, it doesn't work, Flexbox doesn't work in that, but it did in 12. And this light green color is partial support. If we go into Visual Studio Code, we can use JavaScript directly in the index.html file. Just do a script tag. And inside here I can do console log hello JavaScript. Then go live. So now I'm going to press F12, or I could have done Control-Shift-I, or clicked on the three dots and then selected More Tools and then selected Developer Tools. There, hello JavaScript. Put this back on the bottom. You may have noticed that when I first accessed DevTools, I got an error saying failed to load resource. This is because it was looking for a favicon icon. A favicon icon appears either at the start of the title bar or sometimes at the start of the address bar. We can get over this problem by either having a favicon icon, or we can go to Visual Studio Code and inside the head section we can put a link rel equals shortcut icon href equals hash. Getting back to the JavaScript though, as I said, you can have your JavaScript inside the index.html, but normally we have a separate file, so I'll delete this. We've got a link to the script.js, and we'll use the script.js from now on. There are three keywords you can use to create variables in JavaScript. They are var, let, and const. Var was originally used in JavaScript, but there are a number of issues with var. It is to do with the scope of var. What does scope mean, I hear you ask? Scope defines where these variables are available for use. The scope of a var is global when it is declared outside of any functions. A var variable is scoped to the function when it is declared in the function. So create a var global var equals I am a global var and then I can console log that out. Global var is, comma, and then global var. Minimize this. Global var is I am a global var, so that works. And also can have a function test vars and then if I copy this here, put inside test vars global var is, and save that. Also have to run it. Test vars. There we are. There we got global var. I am a global var, so that's this one. And inside test vars, global var is I am a global var, so it's working there as well. Now, if I create a variable, let's call it global vars again. And put I am a global var inside test vars. Then global var is I am a global var, that's this one. And now inside test vars is global var. I am a global var inside test vars. So now it's running. This has been redeclared, and it's running the global var that's been redeclared. So a var variable that has been declared, like here, outside of a function, can be seen anywhere, including inside the function, unless the variable is redeclared. Whereas if you create a function inside the test vars or inside a function, it won't be able to be seen outside of the function. So if I create another var, a local var inside the function, I am a var created in test vars, and then I can console log local var is local var. Local var is I am a var created inside test vars. So that's working. But if I try to run console.log, I'll just copy this, I think it'll be easier. If I try to run it here, it fails. It can't reference local var. It says it's not defined because it's out of scope. If I redeclare local var, I will override previous local var. Save that. See where it says local var is, I now get I will override previous local var. So this is overriding this. Another thing about global vars is they can be redeclared inside a block. So if we go if true, so as it's always true, and then go var global var equals this is redeclared inside a block, and then do console log global var is global var. We get it. Global var is this is the redeclared inside the block. So this can cause some confusion because it's defined here and it's being used. I can use it globally as well. If you're finding all this a bit confusing about vars, I'm not surprised. Fortunately, we've got let and const, and let and const are what I recommend you actually use. So I'll comment this var stuff out. And we'll talk about let and const. I'll start with const. Const is used for constant values. That is, values that do not change during execution of the program. So I'll create a constant global const equals I am a global constant, and I'll console log that out. Global const is global const spelled global wrong. That global const is I am a global const, as you'd expect. Now, if I try to reassign it, I am a defined global constant, I get an error, unquote time error, assignment to constant variable. So it won't let me do that. Similarly, it won't let me redeclare it either. So if I go constant, it flags an error. I'll comment that out for now. If I put it in a block, remember when I put var in a block it altered the global scope, but if I declare it inside a block, it'll allow me to do it. I am a global const, and if I'll make it inside a block, if I console log it out, global const is put inside block, then global const, I get it, okay, and it works inside the block. But if I try to console log global const again, okay, I am a global const, so it's the same as the first one, because this redeclared global const only works inside this block. So I think, so what I could do is change this to local const. I am a local const local const local const. So a constant declared inside a block works the same as it does when it is declared inside a function. It is only seen within the block or function in which it is declared. So now we'll look at let. I'll copy this. Then let global let I'm a global let global let is global let global let is I am a global let. That's fine. Now I can redefine it. I am a redefined global let. I console log that. There we are. I'm a redefined global let. So the first one, I get I am a global let from this, and then we've redefined it again. But what we can't do is I can't redeclare it. Global let. You see it flags an error when I try to redeclare it. If I copy this block so I'll change this to a let local let I'm a local let inside a block console log local let is side local let. Okay, so that works. Local let inside block. I am a local let inside a block. So it works inside the block, but if I try to console log local let is local let, I get an error, reference error, local let is not defined, so it won't accept it. So a let variable declared inside a block will only work inside that block, the same as if you declared it inside a function. If you declare a let variable inside a function or block, it can only be used inside the block or function it is declared in. So when should you use const and when should you use let? The rule I follow is always use const unless you know you're going to reassign it. And if you're going to reassign it, use let, and don't use var, as using var can cause problems with your code. Okay, I'll clear this screen. I want to talk about primitive data types. In computer science, primitive data types are a set of basic data types from which all other data types are constructed. The primitive data types in JavaScript are string, number, boolean, null, and undefined. Starting with a string is just text. Constant, I'm going to call this manufacturer equals Toyota. Notice it's in single quotes. It can be in single quotes or double quotes for a string. And example of a number, constant age equals 40. Notice that for a number you don't have quotes. Constant bank balance equals 20.54. This is a decimal number. Again, it doesn't have quotes. Constant is enabled. It's Boolean and it's true. A Boolean can be either true or false. For an example of null, I'm going to use let because I expect it to be reassigned. Null. And this gives you an object as the type, which is a quirk in JavaScript. If I console log type of I, gives me the type. It gives me the type as object. This is in the original design of JavaScript and is considered an error. It's just something it does. Should be this gives you an object, which is a quirk in JavaScript. If I create let j equals undefined, and this is explicitly defined as undefined, but I can also just go let k, and that is also undefined. I've already used the typeof keyword. I use it to show that when I is set to null, its type is object. We can use typeof to see other types as well. So console.log type of manufacturer is string. Type of age is number. Type of bank balance is also number. And type of is enabled is Boolean. I was already done, and type of J is undefined. Type of K is also undefined. I think I will leave it there for this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more.